So I've kind of been neglecting, just because of my habits. I've been neglecting Waller Creek. I've been spending a lot of time in Shoal Creek. And I just have to remember that, as far as Austin creeks go, for a long time, I was more of a Waller Creek kind of guy. And Waller Creek is named after the guy who established the first government and city government in Austin, and also some other like white supremacist bullshit. He was the first mayor of Austin in the 1850s, and this creek is named after him. And it has like some really nice limestone abutments, and you can see basically it runs under North Loop, or 54th Street, and it's a source of a lot of different kinds of frogs. And I'm pretty sure that this area here has been frequented by the indigenous North Loopian species of people, people who may or may not have, a permanent home, but would also choose to live in more of an outdoor modality in the quest for mind-altering substances. And what I believe is like this area here, which can be accessed by kind of going down into the creek behind the shopping center, would provide like a really, nice kind of area to sort of while away the time and puff gas or shoot heroin, or just, any number of diversions and what have you. And I think that this was actually, when that behavior was more prevalent in North Loop, and there were more sort of denizens of this area, I believe that they referred to this as Flapjack Canyon. And I'm going to try and transverse this part here without this limestone cracking on me and fucking me up. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to do a scoot down. There we go. So, you can take the boy out of the creek. You can't take the creek out of the boy. So, a lot of this stuff's unpopulated, so you could probably figure, look how nice and cool this is. It's pretty hot outside, but this is like a good area to sort of sit and do some drugs or some graffiti. And graffiti is kind of like a drug, just because of the solvents in the spray paint. So you can see, there are a lot of amenities available to the denizens of Flapjack Canyon. A lot of shade, a lot of shelter from the rain, a lot of little hidey holes or whatnot. Pretty nice. Actually, I've not been in this area behind this building for decades, and it looks like there's a vibrant, street art scene. Looks pretty nice. Let's see what's going on up here. I might recognize some of these tags, maybe. I don't know. So I guess this is just another way to get down into that creek. It's a pretty good graffiti. There we go. It looks like there's a little walking path back here. It's a pretty good day for checking stuff out. I'd just gone up to the vintage store just down the block from here to talk about getting rid of the rug in my living room that I've had for a long time, and I'm just kind of tired of looking at, so I might just gift it. My friend works at that store, and they've always kind of given me deals on like shirts and stuff like that here and there, and I always thought it was kind of nice. So I'm sort of like really in a bit of a paying it forward kind of mood, and I don't want to interrupt anybody back here. And it looks like, I mean, as you can see, this path is pretty well traveled and cut back, so I don't see any signs saying that I need to stay out of here. You know, such signs would be like a bunch of people sitting around on meth or heroin or something, being like, "Hey, get out of here, motherfucker." So, you know, like this is pretty, like, this is very Waller Creek. You know, it's a bit of a drainage ditch, like all the creeks in the city are. But it's just like, you know, these limestone sort of sheets. Very characteristic. This is interesting. I mean, this definitely looks, I don't know if you can make that out, but you see the path actually goes under that fence. And I'm not really sort of in a mind frame where I want to, like, I don't think I'm in the mind frame where I want to go up and walk around in this potter's field, but let me see. What that is the cemetery for the state hospital for indigenous people. So, not indigenous, but indigent. It's the indigent graveyard. It's a potter's field. Oh shit. The claw. That claw. Alright. So, like, whenever, you know, the Austin State Hospital has been around since the 1800s. It used to be called the Lunatic Asylum. And so whenever people would die there, and there was no family to claim them, they would put them here in this cemetery, unmarked. And one of the reasons why the city of Austin has not done anything with this real estate, which is, you know, with the growth of Austin, it's pretty valuable chunk of land, because of the state laws about rules and regulations around disturbing graves. Like, they can't really develop this because this thing is just like chock full of unmarked interments. So we don't want to go like digging up these poor motherfuckers who died in the insane asylum. And then there's one inhabitant, ex-inhabitant or whatever, of note in the cemetery, which apparently there's like one nice tombstone in here somewhere. I think that's the rumor, but the guy, the person who founded the city of Dallas had like severe alcohol problems, and he spent his final years as a patient in the state hospital back in the 1900s, and his family didn't claim his remains, so they were interred here as if he were well, I mean, I guess he was a pauper. So anyway, so this is the tour of the back end of North Loop and the State Hospital graveyard, Waller Creek, Flapjack Canyon, the back of North Loop Plaza. And that's it. Thank you.